people of the internet, my name is Odur Jagero and this is Dialogues with Jagero. Today I just wanted to sit down and talk slowly and connect with you as my subscribers and people that are coming to Dialogues with Jagero to sort of enjoy the things that I do. First of all, I want to start this podcast by saying that thank you so much for tuning in to Dialogues with Jagero day in, day out, night in. I am feeling full of love. And I want to tell you, the other day I was at an event and it's my friend Zippy. We did an interview with her sometimes last year. I don't know whether it's last year or this year, I don't remember correctly. But that video, we did two episodes with her. In fact, she came with two attires, and we did that interview, and it went really, really viral. The other day we were at an event, and the event is called Zippy Zest Club, and she stood there. Zippy is somebody that I really look up to, and somebody that I feel is doing really, really well online, and has amassed a lot of following. So when Zippy stood up and saying that it is because of my channel that she got a lot of following, immediately after we did our 2 episodes with her, I was really pleasantly surprised because I'd never seen her, had never been very keen on the growth of her numbers. But when she stood up and said that, she owes a lot of numbers that has come to her social media channels because of the interview that we did, I was honestly really floored and I was pleasantly surprised. The other thing that she did was to celebrate me as Odur Jagero and celebrate my birthday. That was actually on the 7th of this month. So if you still want to send me money, if you still want to send me gifts, my birthday is not too long ago in the past. Anyway, and so right now I have about 230,000 followers on TikTok. I have about 245,000 followers on Facebook. I have about 36,000 followers on YouTube. And this is because of you. And I just wanted to take time and say thank you for being there for me. I thought that I would be monetized on YouTube sometimes around this year, sometimes around this time this year. But that happened last year because of the love that all of you have given me. And so I am very, 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 very thankful. And from the bottommost part of my heart, thank you. I also want to specifically thank the people that have been on my channel as guests. Those are the people that have made this channel. Those are the people that have gone viral. Those are the people that have decided to bring their stories on this table, to tell their stories. 1, to feel good about their stories. Number 2 is to influence other people that might have been in their shoes at that time. And so to everybody that has been on this channel as a guest, I want to honestly, really, really thank you from the bottommost part of my heart. Thank you for the people that have always come here to see my videos. There are people that are coming to see my videos as non-subscribers. If you look at my analytics, around 70% of people that watch my videos are non-subscribers. And still, I want to thank you for coming to my videos and watching them. And if you're watching this video right now and you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing. The reason a lot of people do not understand why we are asking people to subscribe, and let me explain. Subscription helps in a lot of ways. There are visitors and guests that I would like to bring into this channel, but because they look at my numbers and they think that my numbers are not big enough, they think that my platform is too small for them. When those people see the numbers increasing, when those people see me going to 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, those people are standing on their are stopping on their tracks and saying, wait, there's something going on here. There's a platform where I want to be. There are people I want to talk with on this on this channel. I want to interview the president of this country on this channel. I want to interview Jeff Koinange on this channel. I've not been able to get him. I want to interview Caroline Mutoko on this channel. I've not been able to get him. There are people that I've always looked at and I've said, I want to introduce them, to talk to them on this channel. People like Murkomen, somebody that has been in politics for such a long time. Somebody like Raila Odinga, who has been in politics for such a long time. I want to interview them on this channel. I want to interview a president in Africa on this channel. I've been very much willing to talk to Kagame, the president of Rwanda, on this channel, but I've not been able to do that because my name has not gone out there. And so if you subscribe, then I will be able to get my name out there. So consider subscribing. For people who have subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you, and please consider hitting on that notification channel so that when there is a video out, you can join. I want to speak a little bit about my life. I was born in the village in Kisumu, about 25 kilometers, about 25 minutes drive from Kisumu town to a place called Nyakach. That's where I was born in 1982. For people who are outside Kenya and are struggling to know where Kisumu is, you can simply Google it, but it's about 300, 400 kilometers west of Nairobi, the capital city of Kisumu. So I was born in a family of 6. Our firstborn is a girl. Her name is Grace. Grace is our firstborn. Our secondborn is called Jackie, who I visited recently in Norway when I was doing my European, I can't say European tour, but it was basically just going and visiting different places in Norway, which was very interesting, by the way. Then our third is called Victor, who died in a road accident some 3 years ago. And then myself, the fourth, and then, Newton, our fifth born, and then our sixth born is no longer with us. That is a baby who died through a complication in his blood. My father is called Anthony Martins. He was born, I think, in 1945, I think. I'm not sure. And then my father was an accountant working with a sort of textile industry, sort of, I'm not sure really, it's lost on me what it was, the company, even the company name, but what I know is that they were getting cotton from farmers and then selling them out to textile factories. That's what my father's company used to do. And my father was an accountant there. I remember going to Kisumu, my first outing to the world, and was going to Kisumu to visit my father during holidays, and we stayed at a place called Nyawita in Kisumu, which is very close to Obunga. My father had his weaknesses, he had his strength. He had a problem with alcohol, and that denied us a lot of happiness at home. My mother was a homemaker. That's what they call it these days, a homemaker. But the other name is she was a housewife, and I owe a lot to my mother. Education-wise, I went to a village school, and then I went to another village school. That is Olembo Boys for my secondary. A lot of people, if you're from Olembo Boys, I am from there. It was very difficult going to school, but that is a story for another day. And then when I finished, I decided I wanted to go and become a journalist in Nairobi. And so, but there was no way I was going to afford this kind of education in Nairobi. And I was a very prayerful person those days. And I believed that, God is able to make a way where there is no way. I prayed and told God that I want to go to Nairobi and do journalism and mass communication. One of the stories I keep telling people is that I left Kisumu, coming to Nairobi, and I did not tell the person that I was coming to live with that I was. He just saw me in his house, and I don't know whether I was shocked, I don't know whether I was surprised, but this is a story that probably I can tell another day. I went through college, I finished my college. There are so many stories inside there, and I was not able to be on TV. And I walked away with a lot of pain in my heart and did something else that I loved. I became a writer. I've written so many books. I think I've written 4 books. One of the books, I think my editor will show you the covers of my books, but this is one of my books. This was my first book that I really loved. It's called True Citizen. I really loved and enjoyed writing this book. So this book, it's a long time since I printed any of them, but they are there. If you want to read a soft copy of this book, this is called True Citizen. It's very interesting. Maina is a violent robber whose disgust for blood and craving to be loved forces him to quit for a better career. But when Maina lands a job of a matatu driver, he realized that he has slipped into the underworld, bedeviled by police officers. So this story is about police officers and how they harass matatu drivers and, just that cat and mouse kind of thing. This story is a very interesting story, and it talks about the Rwandan genocide, 100 years before the Rwandan genocide, basically. It's called The Ghost of 1894, a book that I really, really love. There is others called Why the Hospital Corridor is White. There is another one called, what's the name? Now that I'm talking to you, I'm even forgetting the name of my book. Urban Lovers and Liars. Yes, Urban Lovers and Liars. And then there's one called Semicolon. Those are the stories I've done. So I have been a brand strategist and a brand person for some time now. I build people websites. I write for people. I do content creation for people. Basically, that I've been doing. When I reached 40 years, I slipped into a midlife crisis, and I was wondering, what is it in my life? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling so hollow? Why am I feeling like life is slipping through my hands, my fingers? And I also been suffering from a health issue for a very, very long time. About, I think, 15 years now. I've had a pain in my foot. And that pain has been troubling me for a very, very long time. And it has robbed me of the quality of life that I would have loved. I am somebody who really loves traveling. But the pain in my foot has been unbelievably, it's really been bad. And I think at some point I've even slipped into anxiety. I've thought to myself, gosh, one of these days I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be wheeled into a theater and both my feet are going to be cut. I've been really that fearful of my life at some point. I was just talking to my wife the other day and we were discussing something, and I was like, this woman is talking about this, and for me, I'm so afraid of my legs, So, and then my life, of course, became very hollow. I felt like I wasn't getting fulfilled in life. And I talked with somebody and they told me, what is it that you've always wanted to do? The thing that you really, really wanted to do in your life. And I told them that I wanted to be on TV. And we discussed and asked, so what is it that would be closer to being on TV? Is that dream completely gone? Or there is something that you can do? And then I said, the only thing that I see that I can do is actually podcasting. And that was the eureka moment. And I decided to start a podcast. And by the way, I did not call it Dialogues Jagiro. I started a podcast with two of my friends. One of them is Rix Onyango, if you guys know Rix Onyango. And then we started doing it, but you see things that are done together with people, you are not at the same level. I do not think that I was at the same level of the things that I wanted like Onyango Tieno and my other friends, you know. So I got frustrated, really, really frustrated, and I was wondering, what is it that I can do about this? And I just realized that I am just going to have to do this alone. And that is how I started dialogues with Jagero. And that is how we are here, where we are. A lot of people keep asking me, are you married? Yes, I am married to one beautiful wife. You know, in Luo, we can always have many, but things are thick these days. Trying to have many wives is a biggie. How do you take care of them in this effed-up economy? It's a hard thing, you know. So that doesn't mean that if I get money, I will add another one. I think women, taking care of women is very difficult, or having a relationship with more than one woman. Gosh. One of the things I keep telling myself is that right now, if for any reason at all, my wife leaves me, or I leave my wife, going back to the market, oh man, that place is full of sharks. I don't think I can manage it. Once again, buying all these things, it's tough. So I have, my wife is called Julie Auma Majale. She's a trainer by profession. We have one kid, 9 years in January, called Maya Nyabondo, named after my mother. She's a very brilliant child. I love her to bits. That is basically my life. And I think that one of the things that I'll be doing is talking like this every other day about the things that are I love, the things that I think we should talk about. One of the things that I've always been very unhappy with is politics of our country and politics in Africa and how we have gone about it. And 3 months ago, I was talking to someone, I think Rix, and I told Rix that we are not tired as a country. 3 months before this amount of things started, by the way, we had a discussion with Rix and I think with my wife. And I told them that as Kenyans, we are not tired enough. And he was like, when do you think we are going to get tired? And I told him something, and I think that was really, really prophetic, by the way. I told Rix that if we are not able to see Kalenjins as a community rioting against their own kin, if we don't see riots in Nakuru against a Kalenjin president, if we don't see riots in Eldoret against a Kalenjin president, if we don't see riots in Sugoi against a Kalenjin president, we are not tired as a country. When we do not see riots in Kisumu against a Luo president, against a Luo politician, we are not tired as a country. If we do not see riots in Mount Kenya against a Kikuyu president or against a Kikuyu politician, we are not tired as a country. Then 3 months later, we have these riots happening just like I'd predicted. And I told somebody that now we have a problem in this country. Now we can talk. Now it is somewhere now. And when that happened, you saw something so drastic happening. I mean, who would have thought that a president of this country, Kenya, would be at a point where he's saying, these guys are going to get me out of this kitty? Who would have thought? Mimi, looking at Pluto, I thought this is a Moi guy. This is cut from a Moi tree. This is somebody who's going to do everything. This is a guy who's going to shoot all of you. This is a guy who's going to do crazy things. But I was shocked when these young kids, just came out in the streets and decided, okay, we are going to uproot you. And this president decides that I am going to fire the entire cabinet. Who would have thought that the head of police in this country would resign? The head of police would resign. Man, I'm like, holy smokes. Now, we are finally serious as a country. Somebody is saying that for us, millennials, whom I do know, we are called millennials, are cowards. Lakini niliona mtu anasema kwa internet, bwana sisi tuligongwa na wazazi. We slept in the dark. We were thrown out of the house at night. But we are scared. We are traumatized. So, Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. I think that I'm going to be taking a lot of time and doing this, solo commentary on things that are going on. Some of the things I really like politics. I like soccer a lot, but I don't think I can have soccer on this channel. Probably will have soccer on another channel. So thank you very much for being a subscriber. Thank you very much for knowing about me. That's who I am. You get what you see, and I am hoping that we can make a lot of content together. If you want to support this channel in any way, send me money, send me cash. It's so difficult doing these videos. What is standing right in front of me right now is a 6K full frame camera with a premium lens that is costing upwards of 700,000. So I am making this content and I'm putting a lot of resources in it. If you want to help me, my M-Pesa number is on the screen. The till number is on the screen. By the way, when you see Ken Oduor Anthony, don't be surprised. That is another name that was given to me by my parents. My full name is actually Ken Oduor Anthony, by the ID. But then I'm a Pan-Africanist. Is that how you say it, Uma? Pan-African is the word, Pan-African. So that's who I am. So you can support this channel. If you want to work with this channel and send and have adverts on this channel, please do. I would really, really love to work with you. We can always run your ads on this channel. And the thing is, don't think it's expensive. For me right now, I'm looking for people who can support this channel. If you give me 50,000, you give me 100,000, you give me 1 million Kenya shillings, we can work together. A lot of people, YouTube is putting a lot of ads on my videos, but it's just YouTube ads. So why can't you leverage on this channel and do something about it? Okay, the other thing I wanted to say is that if you are a guest and you want to come to this channel, you are most welcome to come. I sieve the things that come into this channel. I sieve them a lot. So if I turn you down, please just, nothing personal. If your stories that I like, then we can talk. So thank you very much and have a good time.